Hadi, I'm very excited to learn more about your Meeting for Goals software. As a time management consultant, I see a big loss of time during the workday that comes from inefficient planning and running of meetings. So I want to dive into the particulars of your software. First of all, what led you to create your Meeting for Goals meeting software?
Well, thanks for having me and for taking the time to speak with me. Well, actually, it was Meeting for Goals was born out of a need for me personally. So on my other business, I had a team of about a few people spread across 3 or 4 countries. And we, as with every other organization, we had a lot of meetings. And I just found that as an organization, we were lacking focus. I mean, it's not something new. We were having a lot of meetings. A lot of them were just meetings that weren't really focused on what the company really needed. So I found that, a lot of it was just, we were meeting about something other than what the company goal was. And I really wanted a tool that will just guide my team and guide people on how can we focus on company goals and how can we make our meetings better? And since everybody has so many meetings, I thought what better way to get company focus than through meetings, really. And then Meeting for Goals was born. Essentially, I thought to myself, if I can get my team to have every meeting, to have a productive meeting, and every meeting focused on a company goal, we could just achieve, wonders. And that's what we're looking to achieve with Meeting for Goals.
That is awesome, because a lot of people just sit around and complain that this is a waste of time, but you actually did something about it. So that is very impressive. Yeah. How difficult is it to set up a meeting with the Meeting for Goals platform?
I mean, very easy. You can set up a meeting within seconds, really. It doesn't take a lot of time. You can set up a meeting agenda. It all takes a few seconds. And I mean, a lot of people, a lot of leaders say that, we don't have time to prepare for a meeting. We want to be more productive. But then you look at it, if you take a couple of minutes to prepare for a meeting in advance, you're going to have, much shorter meetings, much more productive meetings. So I would recommend that to anybody. It's really very quick. To answer your questions, very quick. It takes a few seconds on the site.
Okay. And that is great to hear, because you just talked about one of the fears that a lot of people have. Oh, it's going to take me hours to come up with some kind of agenda and figure out what to do. So I love the fact that it's going to be very simple using your software. When I browsed your website, I noticed that you included agenda templates. I'm a huge proponent of creating templates in order to save time, because why reinvent the wheel, or why not just have an easy go-to? So what do your meeting templates do?
Our meeting templates, so we have a few templates, built-in template, but essentially as a user, you can create whatever template you like. Our templates just allow you to set up an agenda much quicker. They allow you just with a couple of clicks, have an agenda that you want and base your entire meeting off that. You can modify the template as you like. So within the platform, we have several built-in. We have, I think, about 15 or 20 meeting templates, and we keep adding to that every day. And whatever users can add to that every day as well. And it's up to the user really to use whatever template they see fit in their meeting.
Okay. And can you give a couple of examples of the agenda templates that you have available?
Yeah, I mean, I can share my screen and show you some templates if you like, if you don't mind. Let me just go here and let me know when you see my screen, and that way.
I see it.
Perfect. So this is the dashboard for Meeting for Goals here, and we're at the meeting board here. Essentially, this is my calendar. We synchronize the calendar via Google or Microsoft. So you just use one calendar via Google or Microsoft, and it's all synchronized here. And to answer your questions on the templates, so we have these templates that you can use. So all your templates are set up here, and you can preview any template that you like. So this is one of the templates that we use. This is actually the one that I use with my team, my weekly meetings. I like to start off with, an update and then difficulties and nothing out of the ordinary. But you can see I grab this template and I build onto it
Mhm.
every week. You could do project review, meeting templates. And this is another one. If you're having a lot of project reviews, you can use that. So essentially, it's up to you. And I could add the templates really with a couple of clicks. So let's say I wanted to add this. Are you sure? I say yes, and then now I have an agenda here. I can add another project review meeting template here, and you just build on that. And then once you're here, you can add your notes over here and customize the way you see fit every week without any issues or problems.
Okay. I love these templates. These are a fantastic base, and some people won't even need to change it. But what if there are clients of yours who think, okay, this is a good start, but I really want to build on that and create my own? Can they create their own customized template?
Of course. So you can go into the meeting templates part. So the platform that you see here is a staging platform where we can do some tests. So if you do see a test here or there, please ignore that.
Okay.
They could do it. They could just click here and create the template and create their own, and then make it available to them or to everybody. And the meeting notes go here, and they can create whatever template they like and use it periodically.
Okay. Excellent. That will definitely save a lot of time. And you've touched on notes a couple of times, one when you were showing us the agenda and one just right now. And in a lot of meetings, attendees will take notes, but then they frequently get misplaced or disappear completely. So how can your software help prevent this?
So in the software, once you start your meeting, you can click on start the meeting, and the meeting starts, and you start taking notes, and you add the notes that you want. Once you end the meeting, then what happens is that everybody gets a copy of the meeting, and the meeting is locked. So you can't edit it anymore. You can't add anything to it, and the meeting is documented. It's there. If you go back, for example, over here, you see all the previous meetings that we've done, and they're all there. All the notes are there. They're locked. Nobody can edit them or nobody can change them. So you can easily go back to them and reference them if you like.
Okay, that's great. And I really like the fact that they're locked, so nobody can sneak in later and change anything. So
That's not a coincidence, I can guarantee.
Okay. I love that feature. A common complaint I hear about meetings is that the next steps or the next actions are a little unclear. So can your software help avoid this problem at all?
Yeah, so what we've done is we've added an action item section, and I think I have a meeting prepared. Here we go. So in this meeting, for example, we've added an action item for Vanessa to prepare, details of the meeting ahead of time. So you can add action items to that. And once you do add action items, you can assign a due date to it. You can assign a priority to it, a status to it. Really, you give as many details as you like. And that's how you follow up on the issues. So generally speaking, once you assign an action item to somebody, they'll get an email with the action item telling them what the action item is and the due date. They'll also get another automatic notification a day before the item is due, and they'll also get a third notification on the due date of the item. So that helps people follow up. I mean, it's really clear at that point that somebody has to do something. You've assigned an action item to them, you've sent them 3 reminders. If it's not done, then there's a problem there. It's for sure, it's not a meeting problem, it's more of a team issue.
Right. Now, you already hinted at this a bit when you gave the example of assigning employee Vanessa to do some kind of meeting prep. And that leads me to the question of, since not everyone reads through agendas, how you can send your agendas out prior to the meeting, is there a way to use this action function to help people prepare for a meeting ahead of time?
Yeah, so like I said, when you assign it to them, they'll get an email. So it'll say, look, you've been assigned this email by whoever, they've assigned this, prepare for the meeting in advance. And so now they have it in the agenda and they have it by email, right? And that should generally get them to do whatever you've asked them to do. They'll also get the notifications right before the due date. So you would probably put a due date that's before the meeting to have them. We do have an action item section right over here. So when you click on action items, these are all the action items that I've assigned or assigned to me. And you can see all of them here and see what's been completed, what's still pending. So if I was to tell, for example, Vanessa, prepare for the meeting, and right before the meeting, I can see that it's not completed. I know that it's not completed. I can follow up with it right away, right?
Very good. I like that.
Yeah. Glad you did.
Yeah. In countless meetings that I've post-mortem with clients, I realized that they never created a clear meeting objective, and that's part of the issue, and that leads to unproductive and possibly pointless meetings. Can your software help with this?
For sure. So I don't know if you've realized it, but we have a meeting objective here that we've added to the software. Now, this meeting objective is different than the meeting title. The reason being is that sometimes you'll call for a meeting and you'll say, weekly meeting, monthly meeting, or budget meeting, but it's not really specific enough. So we've added another field here where you're going to write the meeting objective. It's flashy, it's in purple, just because of that. Having a meeting objective is crucial to a meeting. I'm sure you'll agree to that. So if I were to take, the top 3 or the top 5, let's say things of most productive meetings, I would say the meeting agenda and the meeting objective would be part of those top 5. And that's why they're here, of course.
Okay, great. I am loving this. So many people need to use this, and then their teams would stop complaining about how meetings are a waste of time, because this is going to definitely be a game changer for any team who starts using this. Now, one piece of information that really should guide departments in their project management and meeting planning is reviewing company goals. You mentioned this earlier when you talked about part of the reason why you created this software. And I see this as a meeting component that your software can help with. Can you explain that feature a little more and why you think it's super important?
Actually, you touched on a very good point there. This is my favorite part of the application of the meeting. And as you can see here, you have your goals, and it says associate your goals to your meeting. And these are company goals. And with every meeting that you call, you have the option of assigning a company goal to that meeting. And what that does is it lets everybody on your team it gets them into that awareness stage of, okay, these are the company goals. Does this particular objective align with the company goal? It's not going to align them 100% of the time, every single time, but at least it gets them into that thought process of, okay, are we meeting to target the company goals and to head towards the company goals? And frankly, to me, this is like the essence of the application. And the reason behind adding that is that it provides more focus on company goals. Hence the title, Meeting for Goals. I'd like to just go into the goals section. So when you click on the goals section of the software, you can see that here we've assigned 3 company goals. And what you could do here is once you add a company goal, you could assign a target value to it. So you can come in here and say, okay, these are my company goals, add a description to the goal, add ownership to it, and add a target, right? So, add we're at 10% and we're looking to achieve 30% growth, whatever it is that we're at $1 million in budget and we want to head to 10 million. So you can assign that, have these goals here, and it'll show you the progress of these goals. The idea is, of course, once you are in the meeting board, then you can assign these goals to your meeting and keep everybody aware of the company goals and focused on the company goals. And that's a frequent complaint that we hear from people. is that not everybody is aligned with the company goals, or not everybody, worst case, not everybody knows what the company goals are.
Right.
So with this one, you're putting it front and center. You're saying these are the company goals. Everybody has meetings, so everybody should be looking at these and reviewing them periodically.
Definitely. You'll get no argument from me. I'm loving all of this.
It's very helpful, especially, so you have a lot of, as we were mentioning before, a lot of people that, they don't want to prepare for a meeting and they think, we're not productive enough. So this is a good guide. The whole application is a good guide to them. Like, okay, you need to have an objective, you need to have an agenda, you need to have goals. And that provides some guidelines for people that are not versed in meetings. We all have meetings, but really, how many of us have had trainings for a meeting? So this application essentially guides you in just having better meetings, having more productive meetings, and a guideline for that.
Right, exactly. So I see that you checked off the first goal there, increase customer engagement. And once it's checked off there, it's automatically now a part of this meeting template. Is that how it works?
Yes, it is. So what that does is, you could choose several templates, and you could choose one or several, or you could choose none. It's up to you. So once you end the meeting, what happens is that your dashboard's updated. And here at the dashboard, we get a lot of, you get some stats. So you get to see every goal and how many meetings have been carried out towards each goal, how many action items toward each goal. And what that does is it helps you see where most of the organization is focused on. For example, you can see that generally top line revenue has had 15 meetings, whereas this one has had only 5. So you know that as an organization, you're more focused on this goal than other goals. Again, these are just stats for you to understand the company better, understand what's happening around you and your team.
Excellent. And those are very helpful stats, because you'll be able to look at teams who are high performing. Well, how often do they meet? How are they running their meetings and doing everything so efficiently, versus a team who is not meeting their goals? How can we help you? What is going on here? So fantastic stat. Now, since we're on the topic of meetings, some people would argue that having a short and to the point meeting eliminates establishing rapport between team members or improving relationships between them, because we know how important team building is. Do you see that with any of the teams that use your software?
Not really. If you're worried about, so some people like to start off meetings, they have like a 5-10 minute, prequel to a meeting, they talk about the weather, whatever it is. I personally prefer to just dig in right into the meeting right away. And the reason that if you're having shorter and more productive meetings, they're more focused, then the meeting, obviously you have more time, right? Because the meeting is going to end early. So instead of having a 1-hour meeting to discuss something, you can still meet for an hour, but you finalize all your issues within 30-40 minutes. And you take the rest of the time that you have to build rapport and to talk about the weather, talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about. Or you could just end the meeting right there and buy yourself an extra 20 minutes, right? So, but the choice becomes yours. It essentially gives you more control of your time, and you decide what you want to do with your time. Do I want to end it right then and there, or do I want to build rapport with my team and, talk about whatever, family or whatever it is that we want to talk about?
Right. Oh, I like that. And that sounds great to me. Now, I'm sure anyone watching this, we will want to find out more about how your software can help them create more productive meetings. So how can people get in touch with you?
Go to meetingforgoals.com, sign up for free. So we have a free version. You can sign up, test it out. And, if you have any questions, just feel free to drop us an email, info@meetingforgoals.com. And, we'll get back to you right away. We'd be happy to answer any questions that anybody has.
Okay, great. Well, Hadi, thank you so much for your time today, for showing us this demo. This is awesome. I think, folks would be doing a very efficient thing if they go ahead and sign up to use the software, because so many teams need to use this.
Definitely. So many teams really could buy back their time with something like this, just shorter meetings, more focused. And I hope it's beneficial to people using it. Thank you for taking the time to speak to me, and hopefully we can get you and some more people using the software and benefiting from it.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.